Luis Suarez bites Giorgio Chiellini, the 24th of June 2014 World Cup group stage. This incident began during Uruguay's final group stage match against Italy on the 24th of June 2014 in Natal. As both teams battled for a knockout round berth, Italy needed only a draw. Uruguay needed a win. The tension was palpable, and the match was tied at 0-0 deep into the second half. Around the 79th minute, Suarez and Italian defender Giorgio Chiellini jostled in the Uruguay penalty area while awaiting a cross. In a sudden and shocking moment, Suarez lunged forward and bit Chiellini on the left shoulder. The Italian defender immediately signaled to Mexican referee Marco Rodriguez by pulling open his shirt to reveal the bite marks. The play was not stopped. Seconds later, Uruguay won the ensuing corner, and Diego Godin headed in what proved to be the winning goal. That goal eliminated Italy from the tournament and allowed Uruguay to advance. FIFA swiftly opened disciplinary proceedings later that same day. Suarez quickly became the subject of intense scrutiny. He denied intent, claiming he had lost his balance and fallen, unintentionally making contact with Chiellini when his face hit the defender's shoulder. FIFA rejected this explanation, deeming the act deliberate and intentional, based on a review of footage from 34 camera angles. On the 26th of June, FIFA's disciplinary committee issued a record-setting punishment: a 9-match international ban, a 4-month suspension from all football activities, including training and attending matches, and a fine of CHF 100,000, approximately £65,700 or 82,000 euros. This was the harshest ban ever handed out in World Cup history, surpassing Mauro Tassotti's 8-match ban in 1994. Suarez apologized publicly, stating deep regret and insisting it would never happen again. Chiellini accepted the apology, expressing hope that FIFA might reconsider the severity of the punishment, but the ban remained in place after appeals were denied. Zinedine Zidane's headbutt on Marco Materazzi, the 9th of July 2006 World Cup Final. The 2006 FIFA World Cup Final, held on the 9th of July 2006 at Berlin's Olympiastadion, was a highly anticipated showdown between France and Italy. It was to be Zinedine Zidane's final professional appearance, as he had publicly announced his retirement prior to the tournament. Within this global stage, more than 715 million viewers tuned in, making it one of the most watched sporting events ever. The match began amid high tension. In the 7th minute, Zidane scored with a Panenka-style penalty, putting France ahead. Italy equalized in the 19th minute via a header from Marco Materazzi. Neither side managed to find a winner in regulation time, pushing the final into extra time. In the 110th minute, an emotional moment unfolded. Zidane and Materazzi exchanged words. Materazzi is reported to have tugged Zidane's shirt after delivering a provocative insult. Zidane then, in a rare, unanticipated reaction despite his composed persona, stopped, turned, and headbutted Materazzi directly in the chest, knocking him to the ground. The on-field referee did not see the incident, but was alerted by the fourth official, Luis Medina Cantalejo, who communicated via headset. Within moments, Zidane received a straight red card, sent off in what was both his final match and his 14th career dismissal. France ultimately lost to Italy in a penalty shootout, 5-3, as Zidane notably missed participating in the decider. Post-match, he was awarded the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. Public reaction was mixed. French polls showed a majority forgiving Zidane, despite the outburst, while criticism also emerged. Provocation was cited repeatedly. Zidane himself stated that 12 of his 14 red cards were a result of provocation. Materazzi later acknowledged insulting Zidane's sister, though he denied comments about his mother, and the newspapers involved were forced to retract wrongful allegations and pay damages. Javier Mascherano's referee protest, the 23rd of March 2008. Javier Mascherano, who had only recently signed permanently for Liverpool a few weeks earlier, stepped onto Old Trafford on the 23rd of March 2008 for a high-stakes Premier League clash against Manchester United. Early in the first half, he received his first yellow card for a late studs-up tackle on Paul Scholes. Despite the caution, the match intensity remained high. When teammate Fernando Torres was booked, Mascherano sprinted over to confront referee Steve Bennett, and that's where the key line was crossed. His protest earned him a second yellow, triggering an automatic red card just before halftime. Instead of heading straight off, Mascherano continued to argue, showing visible anger. His refusal to leave immediately forced teammates Steven Gerrard and Xabi Alonso to physically restrain him. Manager Rafa Benitez left the bench to mediate, and Peter Crouch eventually escorted Mascherano down the tunnel. This refusal to exit promptly escalated the incident from a standard sending off. The Football Association, FA, launched disciplinary proceedings, charging him with improper conduct and warning that consequences beyond the usual one-match ban were likely. Mascherano admitted the charge. The FA extended his suspension from 1 match to 3 and fined him £15,000. Liverpool added their own club-level punishment by docking up to 2 weeks' wages, reportedly around £100,000, which Mascherano pledged to donate to charity. He appealed to have the extra ban reduced, but the FA upheld the full 3-match suspension. Joey Barton's repeated on-field violence, 2005 and 2015. Joey Barton's career was defined as much by aggression as by skill. From 2005, the former Manchester City midfielder became infamous across English football for a string of violent incidents that spanned clubs and years. In 2005, Barton assaulted a 15-year-old Everton supporter during a tour in Thailand. The fan had allegedly kicked him, but Barton's retaliatory shove was so severe that teammates had to restrain him. The club fined him £120,000, and he began anger management therapy at the Sporting Chance Clinic. The next year, in May 2007, Barton assaulted teammate Ousmane Dabo during training. Dabo was hospitalized with serious injuries, including a suspected detached retina. Barton admitted the offense and received a 4-month suspended sentence, 200 hours of community service, and compensation of £3,000 plus court costs. The FA imposed a 6-match ban with an additional 6-match suspended ban alongside a £25,000 fine. Late that same year, in December 2007, Barton was again arrested, this time for assaulting a man and a teenager in Liverpool city centre. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 6 months in jail, of which he served 74 days, reigniting his troubled reputation. Years later, on the final day of the 2011-12 Premier League season, Barton, now captain of QPR, was red-carded in the 55th minute after elbowing Carlos Tevez. But he didn't stop there. He then kicked Sergio Aguero and attempted to headbutt Vincent Kompany before teammates dragged him off the pitch. The FA charged him and later banned him for 12 matches, also stripping him of the captaincy and levying a heavy fine. Beyond the field, Barton continued drawing headlines. In 2025, he was convicted of assaulting his wife during a drunken episode at home, receiving a 12-week suspended prison sentence. Antonio Rudiger throws ice at the referee. The 26th of April 2025 Copa del Rey final. The 2025 Copa del Rey final took place on the 26th of April 2025 at Estadio de la Cartuja in Seville, where Barcelona defeated Real Madrid 3-2 after extra time in a fierce, emotionally charged clash. Referee Ricardo de Burgos Benguetsea was appointed amid rising tension following public criticism by Real Madrid through their club media. De Burgos had already voiced the toll such scrutiny was taking on him and his family, emphasizing the difficulty of handling false accusations. In stoppage time of extra time, with emotions still raw following a late goal that sealed the title for Barcelona, Real Madrid players saw red, literally. Antonio Rudiger, already substituted, grabbed a small bag of ice from the bench area and hurled it toward the referee while being physically restrained by teammates. The object did not strike the official, but the act was blatant and aggressive. Benguetsea issued a red card to Rudiger for throwing an object from the technical area and displaying an aggressive attitude. 2 other players, Lucas Vazquez and Jude Bellingham, were also sent off. Vazquez for storming onto the pitch in protest, and Bellingham for allegedly confronting the referee aggressively, a red card later rescinded. The Spanish Football Federation, RFEF, handed Rudiger a 6-match ban, citing minor violence toward referees. This suspension applies across all domestic competitions, including La Liga, significantly sidelining a key defender, even though he is already out with a knee injury. The reaction was swift and harsh. Germany's national team sporting director Rudi Völler emphasized that as a senior international, Rudiger must maintain composure and respect, calling the incident unacceptable. Football legend Emmanuel Petit accused Real Madrid of bad loser behavior, criticizing both the act and their broader public stance as lacking class. Denmark vs. Sweden qualifier. Fan assault on referee. The 2nd of June 2007. On the 2nd of June 2007, during a crucial UEFA Euro 2008 qualifying match at Copenhagen's Parken Stadium, Denmark faced Sweden in a high-stakes, emotionally charged encounter. Sweden surged to a commanding 3-0 lead within just 26 minutes, thanks to goals by Johan Elmander and Peter Hansson. However, Denmark mounted a stunning comeback, leveling the score at 3-3 near the end of the match, raising tensions to breaking point. In the 89th minute, Danish midfielder Christian Poulsen punched Sweden's Marcus Rosenberg in the stomach during a scramble in the penalty area. Referee Herbert Fondell responded with a straight red card for Poulsen and awarded Sweden a penalty, one that was never taken. Moments later, a drunken Danish fan named Ronny Norvig ran onto the pitch and attacked the referee, grabbing his neck before being intercepted by Danish defender Michael Gravgaard. The referee and officials immediately abandoned the match, with the score tied at 3-3. A UEFA disciplinary hearing on the 8th of June 2007 overturned the result, awarding Sweden a 3-0 victory by forfeit. Denmark was fined CHF 100,000, approximately 66,000 euros, and instructed to hold their next competitive home matches at least 140 kilometers from Copenhagen. Poulsen received a 3-match ban. On appeal, UEFA reduced the fine to CHF 50,000 and slightly eased venue sanctions, but upheld the forfeit result and player suspension. The attacker, Ronny Norvig, received a suspended 30-day jail sentence, later reduced to 20 days, and, after legal appeals, was ordered to pay around 1.87 million Danish kroner, approximately £210,000, in damages to the Danish Football Association for tarnishing the sport's integrity.